Oh, I'm recording myself again. What a coincidence. Hey there, how are you doing? I've been away for a very long time. I'm very happy to be back. If you want to hear me explain why, check out the end of the video because I think many of you are interested in the guitar lesson, which we'll get into now. I'm going to teach you how to play Bad Habit by Lacy. The song really consists of two chord progressions. I'll first play the entire song in its entirety, and then afterwards I will explain everything in a lot more detail. There are some tricky chords in there. I'll also give you some alternative ways to play them, so definitely check out the second part of the video. There's also a part of the song where nothing is played on the guitar. I'll play something over that which you could play if you would want to play something over that part. Okay, the song is in standard tuning. Lacy I think uses a chorus pedal or something like that. You can check out my gear in the description to try to get the same sound. Let me know in the comments which song you would like to see next. Also follow me on Instagram. Sometimes you can choose over there which song I will do next. Okay, let's get into it. So that's how to play the song. It can be a bit tricky, not to strumming pattern, but mainly the chords. There are really 2 chord progressions. We'll first go through chord progression 1. So the first chord is this wonderful D sharp major 7, which is already a bit of a tricky chord, as you have to stretch your pinky all the way here. There's not really an easy way to do, well, there's a different way I will show you in a second, but what's important, I think, is to first get this down. So play this chord, try to bar your ring finger all the way across your guitar, and then add your pinky over here. This is just a tricky move. I really recommend trying other songs with your pinky. Try to make your left pinky or your right pinky, depending on your hand, part of the way you play the guitar, and also the way you play chords. If you find it too difficult, you could also do this, like that. You do miss out on this bass note, which is quite important, but I mean still, if you want to, you could also play this, the chord like that. And it's just downstrokes. And then afterwards you go to this G sharp major 7. And this is also a reason I recommend to try to play it like this, because when you go from this chord to this chord, it's a lot closer than, and you have to be quite quick. So first chord is only downstrokes, and then this G sharp major 7, you can play it once or you can play it twice. Steve Lacy varies with it, so you could do, or you could do. If you play it only once, you have a lot more time, so that might be easier to do. So you leave some pause in between. And then after this G sharp major 7, you go to this chord. A very nice chord. So from this one to this one, sort of the move you have to make, you only have to change your index finger and your middle finger for this chord. So you go from your ring finger and your pinky, only have to move 1 fret to the right, you see? So from this, you only have to switch your middle finger into your index finger. If this chord is too tricky, you can also leave out your index finger and just do, instead of, you do miss out on some extra extra color to the chord, but you could also do it. I'll play everything that we have so far. Then you go from this chord to this chord. Again, a huge leap, not really, but quite a leap from this to this. What's nice to focus on is that your pinky is already close to the next chord. So from this to this, you only have to move this pinky 1 step down. Your ring finger is already on the right snare, you only have to move it there. Then you have to bar your index finger over here. So you go from... It's important to keep track of where your fingers are when switching between those chords, because you can make it a lot easier by sort of trying to move them as less as possible. Also hold your guitar a bit more to the sun, so to say. I'm not doing that now because I can show it to you more clearly, but that can also help with these difficult finger positionings. This is a lot more difficult than this. Oh, and after this chord, you go back to the chord at the beginning. I'll play everything slowly now. So this is by playing those in-between chords once. You can also do it twice. So then there's this silence where you can simply play the chords over that we just played if you don't feel like singing a cappella or feel like being quiet the whole time. Then we go to the next part, which is on acoustic guitar. If you don't feel like switching between your acoustic guitar and your electric, you can also just turn off your chorus, which also gives sort of a change in sound, which I will do now. So as you can hear, that makes it a bit more warm. First play the next part slowly. So I think he doesn't play it with a pick, but he plays it with his fingers like this. You can play it in both ways. It's a bit more full when you use a pick. I'll show you how to play it in both ways. So the first chord is this. Bow your index finger, then your ring finger over here. And if you want to do it by picking your fingers, you have to pick the bottom 3 strings and the bass note of the chord. And a nice way to sort of remember the strumming pattern is that you have to listen a bit closely to the vocals, because they sort of follow the rhythm of the guitar quite closely. But if you use a pick, it's like just a downstroke, and in between you can do these muted hits. So you relax your left hand and you can also use your palm to do that. And then you go to, I like to do an upstroke there. Bow your index finger, ring finger over here, pinky over here. And if you want to use your fingers, you can do bass note with your thumb again, and bottom 3 strings of the chord with your index finger, middle finger, ring finger. Then you hit this chord once. Again, you can use your fingers, or you can just strum. And again, when I strum, I like to do the so. Again, a mute hit, and then for that chord, or so first thumb with the bottom 3 notes of the chord, and then only bottom 3 notes of the chord. And then he plays the same chord as the D sharp major 7 that we played before, or C sharp major 7, one of the two, but then over here, and he does this twice. You can do it like that, or by using your pick. And for this chord it goes the same. We can also do, but the changing from this to the next chord is a bit tricky, so I do recommend to play it like this. Then the next chord is this C sharp major 7, which you've seen before, but then over here, or over here, I'm not sure anymore, but we've seen that before. And this part of the strumming follows the vocal melody, I think. Down, 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 down. So down, up, muted hit, up, up. So, and if you do that part finger picking wise, then the last chord is this one. So again, entire chord, bass note, and bottom 3 strings of the chord, and then bottom 3 strings. So, or down and up stroke. And this chord can be a bit tricky to play, especially with your pinky. You can also play it like this, which can also be tricky, or you can play it like this. So then it's, this might be the most easy finger positioning. So bow index finger, ring finger 10th fret of A string, middle finger 9th fret of G string, pinky 11th fret of B string. And then after that you go back to the. So that's how to play the entire song. I hope everything was clear. If you have any questions or song suggestions, please leave them in the comments.